Hello everyone, I'm John and this is just the GearHead. And this episode we're just going to do a little the good, the bad, and the ugly with the Ford Ranchero. We're just going to go do a little walk around and show you what's good about it, what's not so good about it, what's bad about it, and what's ugly. Alright, we'll get to it. Alright, so we'll start with the good, I guess. Good thing is the dash is not cracked. It is wrinkled in places and worn, a little bit faded, but it's not cracked. It has the dash, well, glove box not installed, but it is there. I got all the dials and things things slide and work. I don't know if the heater actually works yet or not. It's summer, so I don't need it yet. But yeah, all the knobs are there. Steering wheel, not so good. It's got, it's all cracked and separating in places, so that's not great. Here, I'll get out and show you some more. The bad, it does not have its original bench seat, and the ugly as well is someone threw in these two random bucket seats and some weird center console out of something, and no, they're not secured. There's a chance. They're just sort of sat in place, so they're not secured to anything. The good, the carpet is relatively new. Bad is it's sun faded over there. I do have floor mats over there too. They're a little sun faded as well. So those will probably have to get removed, cleaned, and re-dyed. I don't really like these seats because they come up like this, which is going to end up being, once I get proper brackets and stuff, it's going to be sticking up over the window even more probably than it is now. So what I'm thinking of doing is going and finding a set of bucket seats that have like the adjustable headrest and just removing the headrest and just having like short buckets in here. That makes sense. Good. Found a cubby hole. It's got parts in there. Bad. It looks like it only has one door card. So, and it's pretty beat up anyway, so I'm gonna have to replace that. I have to go through here and find out everything that's in there. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the video. Alright, so that's the interior. Oh, yeah. Good. It has all the glass. Bad, the windshield is chipped and cracked, so that will have to get redone. The mirror is in place. The headliner is there, but obviously something's been chewing on it. So that's going to have to come out. It's actually a fairly decent sized hole right there. So yeah, that's going to have to be coming out right away. Probably I'll strip out the entire interior and then figure out what I want to do. All right. Let's go to the motor. Engine, motor, whatever. Get this open one-handed. There we go. Here's the motor. I believe it's 302. It's definitely not original to this car. I think it's out of something slightly newer. I'm not sure what. I haven't actually located the numbers on it yet to determine exactly when and what it came out of, or when it was made and what it came out of, I guess. Check the oil. It was nice and clear, but it looks like someone changed it recently at some point. Same with the transmission foot, so it's a little hard to tell. Speaking of the transmission, the transmission lines, cooler lines just come up and make this little loop here. So there's no actual cooler for it, so I'll probably have to fab something up for that. What else? Oh, there's some sort of generic aluminum, I think it's a dual plane intake on it. There's no numbers or any name on it, so I think it's just some generic thing. There's an Edelbrock carb. It's I think it's a 600 CFM. There's something wrong with the choke and stuff because it won't idle, so I'm going to get a rebuild kit. I'm not sure if it's something's gummed up or if there's a spring or something missing. Yeah. Oh, and the other bad is the solenoid, starter solenoid is not working, so like in the last video I had to jump it with a hot wire and get it to turn over that way. It does run nice. It doesn't burn any blue when it's running. It's just I can't get it to idle. In case you're wondering, it is a manual brake but power steering car, so that's kind of interesting. I'll have to, and the brakes, just been rolling it around the yard, haven't really been driving around, so but the brakes could probably use a bleed or something because they feel a little weak. Oh, the good. It's got a decent grill. And actually, back, the bumper is in pretty decent shape too. It actually has most of the bright work. I think it actually has all of it. They even have this piece that goes right here on the front, behind the seat. This one's dented a little bit. There's like nicks and dings in some of the bright work. Some of it's a little bit beat up. But it's all here. Weapon arms are also behind the seat, or at least one of them is, because I saw that. The worst spot with the chrome in that is right back here in this spot here. Someone obviously dropped something on it, they smashed it in. So yeah, if anybody knows where I can find one of those, that'd be helpful, because I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to be able to repair that. Now, like I showed in the last video, this thing collects water. So yeah, there is some rust. There's still some water from when I washed it yesterday. There's rust holes there. There's some little pinning holes over there. There's one right here. This spot down along here was patched at one point. So I'm going to have to take that back up and probably do a better job of it. Same with that spot over there. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of in the shadow. The same spot on the other side has some holes, and someone tried to do a patch over there, so that'll have to come off. Body-wise, the good is the hood. It looks like it has a little bit of Bondo in it, but it's straight and fairly flat. Doesn't need to be, the hinges need to be adjusted. The fenders don't seem to have any rust in them. Down here, where it usually gets it, or up there. So both sides, the fenders are pretty good. But the rockers have holes in a couple places. And that door there has a couple of rust spots there. I think one of them is actually a hole. And someone did a questionable Bondo job there that's cracked out, so I'll have to take that out and see how bad that is. Paint is chipping in places, peeling. This fender is pretty good as well. Don't see any major rust in this one. It's all metal. But once again, rocker has rust. Quite a bit of it on this side. No, not as big of a hole though. A couple of them though. That or there might be a big hole once I get opened. This door is pretty good. There's a couple of chipping paint in there, peeling paint there. This quarter panel is actually the better of the two. But over there, that bottom part is all, I think it's mostly Bondo actually. You do have this reflector. There, get out of the shadow. There's a reflector that goes here. It's on the other side. I'll show you. I do have it, but I don't really care for the look, so I'll probably just get rid of those. I'm going to keep the emblems. There's actually a brand new one in the interior behind the seat there, so we'll probably throw that on at some point. Now, the tailgate, as you can see, is pretty beat up. I'm going to try to save it, but it's probably not easy to get a replacement. I do have some of the letters. I think the O is in the car, but I'll probably get rid of that because I kind of like a little cleaner look. I'm going to see if I can straighten this out. Don't know if actually any of the lights work yet. I'm going to have to check that. And here's the real ugly. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this. Yeah, so there was obviously a Bondo job done here at some point when they did this. Actually, some of it broke off when I was washing it yesterday. This broke out, so this is all flimsy and moving. That's all got to come out. I've got to find out where the metal actually is. Here's the reflector I was talking about, and only half it's the raw part of Ranchero. But yeah, this reflector will probably go too. The Bondo, it's not that thick. It's not. I've seen worse thicknesses, but obviously rust got in behind it and it's pushing it all out. So all that is probably the worst spot on the car. One of the good things is it comes with these. I think they're Moon Eye wheels and round centers. The only problem is it's been sitting, so they're a little rusty. So we'll have to give these a clean. Maybe give them a little. I don't know, maybe an SOS pad or something, or Scotch Brite or something on them just to get rid of the rust. But yeah, they actually are pretty nice. Pretty decent considering they've been sitting for I don't know how long. But that's it. There she is. Oh yeah, let's see what's behind those seats. Alright, so I pulled out the seats and that ugly center console thing, which probably isn't going back in. The seats might not go back in either. But let's see what we got in here. Alright, hopefully you guys can see okay from there. So, where was I? Okay, so we had the tailgate straps, and we had found what appears to be a new, come on you, nice new Ranchero emblem. It's even got the red paint inside of it, it's nice and new. We got, I think one of the original ones, the one's whole, but it's not got the paint in it, it's all faded. So, see if there's another new one in there or not. We've got some decals, powered by a 302, high performance. Well, we'll see about that. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, we got half a Ranchero, or 3/4 of a Ranchero thing. These look to be inside door handles. This one's obviously not in such great shape. This one's not bad. That one's probably reusable. This one, we'll clean it up and see what happens. Let's see here. There's the other side reflector that we're not going to probably use. A window crank, that looks it. There's one on that side, so this must be the driver's side. What do we got here? This is most likely the tops of our doors. So this is the driver's side one. This one need a repaint. We'll probably do that in a video. But yeah, this goes on the top of the door panel. So if this was the side glass, it would sit like there, because you can see where the plunger is for the lock. There. So yeah, we got one of those. Looks like we got both of those. The felts on them aren't terrible. They're not great, but they're not terrible. It's got this nice little piece of chrome trim. That's nice. Should be able to polish that back up. Clean those and paint those. We got our sill plates. Ford. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this in the other video. This is officially the first Ford I have ever owned. Typically, growing up, my family didn't have a lot of Fords. We typically bought mostly GM and Mopar. So, most of my life, that's what I've had. So this is officially the first Ford I've owned. And I've always liked the car, truck, ute thing. I always thought they were kind of neat. I know some guys don't like them, but I've always thought they were kind of cool. So, yeah, I like it. Okay, back to this. This is the trim piece for the front. I think it actually goes this way. So the hood goes here and this rolls under the hood. But yeah, that's the trim piece on the front. It's a little beat up, but it's split there a little bit on the metal part. I think we can make that, salvage that if we can figure out how to mount it. Gotta find some clips. And we got another sill plate, also in savable condition. One wiper arm, two wiper arms, one has a wiper and one doesn't. So we'll see if we can find something to stick on those. Found an O. And here we go. Now this was the door panel. So I'm going to say it goes this way. And then these would go like that somehow. Yeah, so that would be, I don't know, the door panel, something like that. Now, I think I only have one of these. Yes, there's only one of these in here. So I'm going to have to see about either finding replacement ones, or I might just try to make something. Because they are just flat panels. And it's just a piece of like particle board with fabric over it, but it's got this pattern embossed into the probably fake leather stuff, vinyl stuff. And there used to be a plastic trim here that had chrome on it. So it's all flaked off. So yeah, I might end up trying to make my own. Let's see what else is in here. All right, we do have seat belts. They're rusty and crusty, but they're there. And there's the other end, which would need to be installed. Actually, it looks like driver's side's not installed. Passenger side is still hooked in place. So we do have seat belts. They're pretty rusty and crusty, so we might have to clean those if we can. What else is under here? We have ourselves an old school jack, bumper jack style, but it's missing its foot plate. Of course it is. I do have a tire iron. It's just flaking off. So that's probably not good. Alright, let's stuff this back in there. And then maybe we'll pull up the carpets and see how bad these floors are. Oh, random screwdriver. Now, here's the bad spot. Back here. That is sunlight. So this whole section back here is going to have to get replaced. Now, I'm pretty sure I can get those online. So we'll have to look that up. Let's see here, let's talk about this last little bit, sound editing stuff. Yeah, see, big hole right here. That's all gone there. So yeah, I'm going to have to replace patch all the way around, see if I can find one that big. See what it's available for this. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to let this air dry out, and then I'll come in. Some spots are still a little wet from when I washed it. Over there and back over there. So, yeah, I think I'll let this air dry out, and then I'll come in here and finish cleaning it and probably take all that stuff out of it. Alright, so that's the good, the bad, and the ugly with the Ranchero. Obviously, there's a little bit more rust than I was hoping for, but I knew there was going to be some. I actually kind of knew about the hole in the floor. I could see it from underneath when I was looking at the car. So, not too surprised by any of it. Go online and see what I can and can't order for this thing. I know some parts are a little harder to find because they weren't as popular as other cars. But we'll see. I know some Torino parts fit and some Fairlane parts fit, so I'll have to go through and figure that out. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. If you guys want t-shirts and other merchandise, please check out my Redbubble link in the description. There's all types of stuff, posters, stickers, coffee cups, I don't know, a whole bunch of other stuff. And yeah, thanks to everyone who has commented, liked, and subscribed in the past, and anybody who's purchased merchandise, I thank you a lot. And yeah, we'll see you next time.